For those of you that are new, my name is Brittany and I'm a Houston artist here to help you with all of your art needs. This video is about if your sinks look like this, or even this, if I can fit that up in there. But if your sinks look like that, shame on you. Shame! Just shame! Just kidding. If your sinks look like that, I am going to teach you what you're probably doing wrong and how to fix it in the future. So this video is about how to dispose of your acrylic paint properly so it does not clog your sink. So let's get started with the video.
For this video, we will be using Golden's crash system to neutralize our water. You do want to have some water that you have collected after a few paint sessions. Just a quick FYI, it does stink, so keep that top on the water most of the time. Next step, grab solution 1 and solution 2. These are both going to be within your kit, but we are going to start with solution 1, of course. Beginning with solution 1, you will want to unscrew the top that is, of course, on the left of this video. After you unscrew that, not all the way by the way, you're just going to squeeze the bottle a little. You're going to squeeze the bottle until the solution fills to the line where it says 1 ounce. You can take your time with this portion. You don't have to squeeze too hard, to be honest, but do take your time to make sure you get the right amount. After you're done squeezing, you're going to completely unscrew the top on solution 1. After you do that, you will begin to pour that into the bucket of pigment water. You do want to make sure you get all of the solution in the bucket. Don't leave any in there at all. Just get all of it in there. After you get that, get a paint stirrer. This is one that I have, and you will stir for 1 minute. Look at that. Future Brittany. Well, actually, no, I guess that would be past Brittany, right? Past Brittany had a little note, a little post-it note. So make sure to set your timer for 1 minute. So stir for 1 minute, but I'm just gonna go ahead and fast forward this. After stirring, we're gonna go ahead and continue and repeat the steps that we just had with solution 1. So we're gonna grab solution 2, unscrew that top that would be on your left, and of course not always, not all the way, don't forget that, and just squeeze until we get to 1 ounce. And then of course we'll go through the whole process again of unscrewing it, putting in the solution, and stirring again for about a minute. Now you have solution 1 and solution 2 within your acrylic water. So we are going to allow for 24 hours for the solution to fully sit into the water and for it to separate the pigment from the water that's the good water, okay? So we will check back on that in really a short second for you guys, but for me, it is 24 hours. And just like that, 24 hours have passed with the blink of an eye because, of course, this is technology, right? You don't have to wait like I did because it's instant service. You will want to go ahead and grab your filters that's in the kit. They look like little mushrooms, don't they? Like little rhythmic mushrooms. That's why I'm like kind of playing with them. But you will want to grab one of these. The filter will allow us to separate the water from the pigments once we begin to add that solution in and separate everything out. You will want to dampen the filter before you go ahead and put it in the colander. I did not do this in the sink because I wanted to show you guys the process, but as you can see, I did not think it thoroughly through because what am I going to do with this? I'm just holding it at this point, right? But you want to just wring a little bit of the water out if you have too much. And then we're gonna get this big bucket that they gave us within the kit. So this bucket will be used with the colander that I'm about to grab next. And you're gonna place the colander over the bucket. After you do that, grab that filter that's a little damp, spread it out, and just place that over the colander. Do take your time when you're spreading out the little filter because it is damp and you just don't want to let it rip. Like, well, not that type of letting it rip, but you don't want to rip the filter. Now comes the fun part. We are going to pour that water into the colander with the filter. It's going to take some time. It's not going to be something that's instant, but it will take a little bit of time for the water to fully separate from the pigments with this process. If you do have some remnants of the color in the bucket, you can just actually scrape that out with a paper towel and throw that in the trash. But some time has passed, the water has gone all the way through the filter, and as you can see, it's really chunky pigments, and here is the water underneath. Because I tend to use a lot of blue, you can see that the water's not really super clear. I'm not really sure why that is. I'm thinking it's just like the intensity of the pigment that I have with the paint I use. So, but now we're going to take out all of the pigments that's in the filter and basically just throw it in the trash. But you're in for a really fun treat because I actually make a boo-boo. I'm going to squeeze this filter way too much, which is something you don't want to do. But since I did make a mistake, I'm happy that I did it in the video for you guys. And 3, 2, 1, boom. There it is. That's when I knew she had messed up. Or what was it? How does that video go? That's when she knew she had effed up. But anyway, now that you can see, I have the pigments that have gone into the colander and it has gone back into the water. That was the clean water. So I'm going to get a separate cup and I'm just going to pour that into the colander to get those pigments back within that water. And then I am going to repeat the process, of course, painstakingly all over again because I made a boo-boo. And it's okay. Everybody learns from it. You're about to learn what I'm going to do to fix that. If you mess up just like I did, I'm happy I caught it on camera so we can just solve that problem and nip it in the butt, because I haven't seen another video where someone has messed up and what to do to correct it. So it's all fine. It's fine. You know, we love happy little mistakes, as Bob Ross would say. So after rinsing out the colander with the pigments that were stuck into it, I'm grabbing a second bucket and I'm going to pour the separated / pigmented, because I messed it up, water into another bucket because I need the big bucket, of course, because that's what we use in the beginning. So repeating the same steps, get your bucket, get the colander, and get the filter. Then pour the solution that, of course, like if you messed up, pour that into everything else, like it just said it, and we're just going to wait for the water to filter all the way out again. But this time around, you get to see the water trickling down because I didn't film that the first time. So this is what it looks like. This is after some time had passed. It looks like a little bit more pigments came out. I'm not really sure how much was in it before, but now that you have done that, grab the filter and we're just gonna trunk it in the trash. Now we can pour that water down the drain. Look at it. So don't you feel good like saving the environment? If your answer is no, keep that to yourself. But that's the end of the video. See you guys next time. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed that video, I bet you 100% you will enjoy this one next. Go ahead, click the link to get started on the next tip that I have for you.